I'm just so angry because my Karen neighbor threw a party, so I filed a restraining order, got her fired from her job, and then took blackmail to a whole new level. I'm 20, female, and I live in a suburban neighborhood with my family. A few years ago, we had new neighbors move in next door. At first, they seemed all right, but then they turned out to be complete party animals. I'm talking about partying 3 times a week, blasting loud music till 2 a.m. in the morning. Over the past year and a half, we've had multiple confrontations with our neighbors over petty little stuff. In fact, I made a post about one of these petty confusions on our neighbor on r/malicious compliance.
Oh, we got a Redditor on.
Stinky.
Now, I'm shocked that story blew up as much as it did. And honestly, I almost forgot about the post entirely until a few weeks ago. So our neighbors were having one of their super crazy pool parties, and it was driving everyone in the neighborhood crazy. The police couldn't do much because we would make a noise complaint and the police would show up, give them a warning, things would go quiet for maybe 30 minutes, but then they would just go right back to partying again. Over time, some neighbors began to give up and eventually some even moved away. Oh my God.
I'm imagining the plot of Neighbors. It has Zac Efron in it and Joe Rogan. Or not, sorry, Seth Rogen.
At this point, my mom had finally had enough. Once the party finally seemed to wind down at around midnight and guests started leaving, my mom marched straight up to the owner of the house. We'll call her Lying Sally because she's a pathological liar.
Ew.
And warned her that we will start calling the cops on them more if they don't stop.
We call the cops every time they throw a party, but we're going to do it twice as much.
They were running their blender too loud. Now, of course, Lying Sally and her party guests laughed and started taunting my mother, which led to an ugly screaming match. Luckily, I just had the common sense to record all of this just in case, and thank God I did. At some point during the fight, Lying Sally screams at my mom, "I'm gonna effing beat the crap out of you!" One of our neighbors called the cops, which I don't blame him for doing so. I was getting worried for my mom since Lying Sally kept threatening to beat her up. The cops came around and everything got peacefully resolved, thankfully. It wasn't until the next morning I reviewed the video and remembered that you can file a restraining order against someone for threat of assault. Now, here's the thing. I knew that filing a restraining order against someone can cause that person to maybe lose their job or make it difficult for that person to find a future job. Now, I knew from the sticker on the back of her car, she works in daycare, which is hilarious to me. She's like taking care of kids, like, yeah, good. And that's the cops. They just got called.
Dude, why do they keep calling
them? They keep calling them. Now, if I were a nicer person, I would have just let it go. But it's too bad I'm petty. So we filed the restraining order. I took my neighbor to court, and after showing the judge the video, he was immediately on our side, especially after she had initially tried to lie and claim that she never once threatened my mom. She didn't know I had video proof. The judge granted us the restraining order, and we were jumping for joy. Meanwhile, Lying Sally wouldn't stop crying and pleading with the judge to rethink his verdict.
Stop being a little baby, bro. Come on. You're supposed to be a daycare caregiver, not a daycare kid. Come on.
Come on. Get out of here.
Yeah. Don't let the kids influence you poorly for being a crybaby.
Now, this next part is extra savage here. The real kicker, I made an anonymous call with a friend's phone to the daycare center where she worked, and I let her boss know everything.
Wow. OP is going insane, dude.
Good golly. A few days later, I noticed she had removed the sticker from the daycare from the back of her car.
Oh no, that's so sad. She just wanted to party.
I'm pretty sure she was fired because she started staying at home almost 24/7. Her car almost never left the driveway.
Oh,
it's rough.
Oh, this girl's probably depressed too. Can't party, lost the job.
Oh my gosh, dude. She's struggling. Also, the best part, the crazy loud parties finally stopped. It's been radio silent for a whole entire month. The neighbors just popping Prozac, just like, God, I can't party. I can't do daycare. Like, dude, what can you do?
Literally all her life's meaning has disintegrated.
Now, you can bet that during Christmas, our closest neighbors dropped off a lot of cookies and chocolates as a thank you. Thank you for helping ruin her life.
Don't cross a Redditor. They'll destroy you.
First question when you meet anyone, are you a Redditor? So you know
Second
not
question,
to double cross.
please, I'm getting away.
But Sam, it's not over. There's an update.
Oh.
So somebody asked how the judge was able to see the video because phones aren't allowed in a courtroom. This is true, but we were told to have our phones turned completely off once the hearing started, and Lying Sally straight up said to the judge, I never threatened my mom. So I told the judge I have video proof, and then the judge allowed me to show it on a projector for the entire courtroom.
Whew.
That was a nail in the coffin for Lying Sally. Also, in the comments I mentioned, I have video proof of her kissing someone who is not her husband.
Oh my God.
Dude.
OP is ruining this woman's entire life. I mean, but hey, she be cheating, so.
Now, there are several reasons why I haven't exposed her yet. I'm not sure if her and her husband are in an open relationship. They're both crazy enough to do it. They have kids. I'm a child whose parents almost went through a divorce. I know how horrible it can be. I kind of hate the husband. He's always been extremely rude. So this is my petty revenge against him. And I'm holding onto the video as blackmail just in case the party starts up again.
Wow.
Bro, this lady is a professional.
OP is playing like 4D chess over here, dude. I am scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared that these kind of people like exist because like mostly like I just feel like you or me, like someone fucks us over, we're like, all right, we're just gonna like move on,
live and let live,
and like we'll probably want to associate with them or whatever, but we're not gonna like go out of our way to ruin their entire life. Like this is vindictive as heck, bro.
And like the other person, she basically thinks it's over. She's like, all right, there was this horrendous time in my life, but you know what? It's over and I can move on. Little does she know, she literally has a full freaking clip just ready to blow.
She's scheming, man. But you know what you should always scheme on?
Oh, what, Sam?
r/OKOP show. Tell us your stories.
Send them in, baby. If you thought the blackmail was crazy in this one, check out this next story where OP shares that her boyfriend's mom is cheating.